Hey, gonna talk about tonight, how I, you know, back in about 2012, well, throughout my life, I've been, chunky, skinny, and then back to, being, heavy again, but, back about 10 years ago, I became the fattest I've ever been in my, whole life, probably. So anyway, go ahead and talk about my weight gain journey. And now, here in 2022, hopefully I'm able to lose weight, but the story goes, I think it was around 2011. Of course, I was pretty heavy for a while. Not as fat as I was, but I was like, heavy, having people tell me that I'm overweight. And then what happened is, I had like, this huge depression spell. Had like this breakdown of anxiety and all that stuff. So my therapist at the time, Bill Hambaugh, hooked me up with Dr. Ferguson in Chattanooga and put me on, a Geodon, which Geodon was miserable, I tell you. I thought it was okay at first, but it just totally took my personality away. I just totally was never happy. It just robbed me of my personality altogether, and, made it very hard for me to sleep at night. And at the time, I was also on third shift, working 7P to 7A, 12-hour shifts. And that combined, I was just like, miserable all the time. And while I was on Geodon, I actually lost a shitload of weight and became like rail skinny. But, because on Geodon I just lost my interest in eating and only maybe ate a few sandwiches a day, so I just lost a ton of weight. But, I eventually, with my next appointment with Dr. Ferguson, I eventually just said to Dr. Ferguson, I don't like what Geodon is doing to me. It just robs me of my personality, makes it to where I can't sleep. Please change my medication. So I like, Dr. Ferguson switched me over to Seroquel at the time, and I was on Seroquel for a while. And so anyway, it's Seroquel actually totally increased my appetite to where I was like, eating a shitload. And I became fat. I'm talking about fat. The fattest I ever was in my lifetime. I remember, of course, shortly after Dr. Ferguson, switched me over to, Seroquel when I was real skinny and just had no appetite. My appetite started coming back, and me and my family, one Sunday afternoon met at the Chili's off the Dalton, Georgia exit, and, I was feeling some appetite, and I had me a steak dinner, and, then after my steak dinner with my family, I decided to order me dessert. And I ended up ordering this big old chocolate chip, cookie pie. Big old chocolate chip cookie, like in a pie form, and enjoyed that and ate it very quickly. And from the point on that I ate that, chocolate chip cookie pie at Chili's that one time, my appetite started increasing and my eating started increasing, and my weight just increased very fast, and and as I look back, I'm thinking to myself, gosh, I wish I would have never helped myself to that, big old chocolate chip, cookie pie. Because it's like at that point, my eating increased and my weight gain increased. And I was on Seroquel for a while. And so anyway, and I just kept on eating. Think I drank a lot of Cokes. Of course, my alcohol drinking increased, and I just went through a huge span of time where I was the fattest I ever was in my life. It's just... So, Dr. Ferguson told me one time, Sammy, you really need to be getting you a yearly physical because, I notice you've put on weight. And weight gain is a symptom of Seroquel. And I was like, okay, Dr. Ferguson, and, tried to cut back on my eating but was unsuccessful. And so anyway, it's... what was I gonna say? So, it's... So, a few appointments later, I just said to Dr. Ferguson, why don't you just change my medication? If the Seroquel's what's keeping me fat, change my medication. And so he changed me over to Saffris, and I was on, well, I guess I'm still, I am on a small dose of Saffris, but I was on put me on 10 milligrams at the time, and Dr. Ferguson told me, yeah, appetite gain is a symptom with Saffris, but not near as bad as Seroquel. So anyway, it's just, he did put me on Saffris, but it just, I continue to eat all the time and all that stuff, and and then, my alcohol drinking just kept on increasing, and, I just, just kept my weight piled on. I remember when I was younger, Mom had, friends that were older ladies and such, and they would always tell Mom, oh, your son Sammy is so handsome, and gets, compliments, saying I'm a good-looking guy, well, mainly from older women. Mom, of course, had people tell me in person I'm good-looking, but that huge time frame when, I put on all that weight, I wasn't so good-looking anymore, and them nice compliments disappeared, so to speak. But anyway, gosh, this video is almost 10 minutes long, so I don't mean to bore you all, so I'll just try and finish with the story as quickly as possible. But anyway, I mean, I had my really bad drinking problem, which I described in, like, for my other videos, and went into details about my drinking problem and all that, and to where until I ended up in rehab. And of course, I mean, it's, rehab did get me sober. Been for almost 8 months without a drop of alcohol, and it's just, I mean, of course I'm on a smaller dose of Saffris. I mean, I don't really feel like I need Saffris anymore. I feel like I'm doing better. I'm having Dr. Ferguson wean me off of it, so it's just feel like my temptation, there for eating is not, where it used to be. I mean, maybe me becoming sober and I'm more motivated to be a better person and take better care of myself, and, just... And my therapist surely, has told me, Sammy, you look like you're losing some weight. And I've had compliments at my other compliments at my work saying, Sammy, you look like you're losing some weight. So hopefully, I'm making progress. And I mean, let me show you a video of myself that I made back in December 2nd, 2020. Gosh, I just heard a loud motorcycle in the background. I hope it doesn't interfere with, the speech of this video. But let me show you this old video of mine. Well, a few years old, December 2nd, 2020. The title of the title of this video is Cutting Back on Vodka Drinking. Yeah, right, bullshit. That was a miserable failure, but you can see how I looked. Look how puffed up I am, but go ahead and play the video. YouTube, long time no see. Yes, I've been out for a while, but I mean, not my videos don't really get that much attention, but thought I would make this video tonight of myself making a commitment to cut back on drinking vodka. Bullshit. Cut back from 2.5 glasses to only 2 glasses of vodka. Again, I've been drinking 2.5 glasses of vodka. Well, there's a little clip of that video, but you can see me, having unrealistic expectations. I mean, I wasn't able to cut back on drinking. I mean, the only option was for me to become completely sober, and, and look, I'm pretty damn puffed up, and Shirley, I showed Shirley this video, and she goes, my golly, Sammy, you have lost weight. And Shirley, also went on and said, Sammy, gosh, that video bores me. Yes, this video has had only 49 views since December 2nd, 2021 was uploaded. So, obviously, it's pretty damn boring. Now, camera back to me. I mean, I'm still kind of overweight, but I'm doing better. I mean, it's... Well... My belly is still out there some, but looking somewhat better, but you know, maybe the weight loss will continue. And wish me luck. Stay tuned for the next one.